So do you plan on sitting in the car the whole time we're doing
It's very bright out here.
It is very bright. That's the point. That's how you come to the top. Go all the way up.
Why is it so good?
Because.
Wow, is it a tripod? Huh?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. So this is one that's been a long time in the making, one I've been promising since I started, and I'm hoping because of how windy it is that the little boom thing on my microphone works. If my microphone's even still picking up, the battery might be dead. I hope it's not dead. I'm actually going to play that back now.
Door. Key. Dad.
This is Gilly. Gilly. Vlog Gilly. Named Gilly because, you know, she's a wildling in a world of normal. You know, Game of Thrones nerds. What's up? So as I've been promising since like the very first vlog I ever did was a walk around in my car. And you know what? I'm done procrastinating. Needs to be done. So here it is. This is my 2014 Volkswagen Jetta GLI. Anyone that's watched my first few whatever knows that this is my car. This is my baby. It's just as much a part of my family as my actual family, and I know that in like car enthusiast world and all that, it's not a two-door coupe. It's not really a sports car. The GLI is the performance end version of the Jetta, but even by that standard, it's a 2.0 turbo, 210 horsepower. I mean, to me, it's perfect and beautiful and amazing in every way. To the average person, probably, you know, hey, look at that Jetta, it's wrapped. I did do the wrap. I didn't do the wrap. I had the wrap done by Graphics Mafia in Jacksonville, Florida. But it was just a little something to add a little personal flair, and honestly, because in GTA my car looks just like that in Grand Theft Auto Online, so you want to take that whole dorkiest dad thing to the next level, my car mimics my online car in GTA Online, so do with that information what you will. And the funny thing is, when I got this car, I wasn't even looking to get back into the car scene because I was one of those guys. I'm not gonna lie, in high school, show my age here, when the first Fast and Furious movie came out, I was in high school. Second one came out, I was in my own cars. And I was rice. I was. And you know, a lot of people see this, probably think it still is. I don't care. I don't want to zoom out because I'm fat, but I'm wearing my car was built with passion, not for your approval shirt. The one that I said I was going to wear for stuff like this. Because it's true. This car is my life. Not really. I got a wife. I got 3 kids. This car is a great part of my life. I spend minimum 2 hours a day inside of this Monday through Friday, just because that's how Jacksonville traffic works. Nobody wants to drive. That's why I got the slower traffic keep right on there, just because, yeah, left lane laws don't get enforced in Florida. But this car, I wasn't looking to get back into the tuner scene. I wasn't looking to get back into the car enthusiast scene at all. I had a motorcycle. I was driving a minivan, and I just didn't want to be that guy in a minivan once my wife got her SUV, because she's greedy. Isn't that right? Say, I got an SUV and you had to get the minivan. No, she don't want to tell the story. But I was looking at cheap alternatives, and this is not a cheap alternative. I was looking at cheap alternatives to having the minivan that were 4-door, that would fit 2 car seats and a 3rd child in the middle, that would fit our family's needs, but would be a little more not minivan for me. I was looking at like Chevy Cruze, the Civics, the normal non-performance line Civics, all that. And we were actually at the car lot looking at cars, and I was looking at a Chevy Cruze and waiting on the keys for a Chevy Cruze and a standard base model Mark V Volkswagen Jetta, which was a whole lot cheaper than this. And of all things, they were locked up. And my wife's like, you know what, I'm tired. We've been looking at cars all day. I'm sick of standing here while you do this. I want to sit down. And she went to sit down in one of the cars we were waiting for, and they were locked. Well, she pops the handle on our car, and she sits down because it was open. And comparatively, the cars we were looking at were total base model. And she sits down in the Volkswagen Leatherette. You know, the GLIs used to come with Recaros. These are Volkswagen's version of Recaros now. she sits down. She's like, oh, can you do it again? Can you do what you did?
I don't remember what I did.
Yeah, she's like, oh, you need to sit down in this. And I mean, like, she's got the butt wiggle going and all that. She was getting comfortable. I was like, you know, we can't afford that car. The car is not, it's not a car we're going to get. That car is out of our range. My tripod just fell over.
It's okay.
It's windy. That's what I'm saying. I'm hoping this boom works, because if not, this is just going to be a bunch of B-roll footage of my face all up in it. But I was like, that's not the car we're looking at. We're looking price point. She's like, no, this car, this is you. I mean, it was black on red. It was the gunmetal gray, black on red. It was the Autobahn edition, which means that it comes with the 18-inch black on gunmetal wheels. It was basically everything that I had talked about potentially doing to it, because I was like, you know, if I get a cheap car, I'm going to want to put some rims on it. I might want to swap out the seats for something nicer. I'm going to put in, you know, a head unit, and this one has the full nav, Bluetooth, all that. And she's like, well, since you're going to do all that stuff anyway, sit in this car, test drive it, let's talk to him. And I tell you what, I'm going to brag on my wife here for a minute, because once I sat in that car and I drove it, I was like, this is my car. This is the car I'm leaving with. My wife went into that sales, where are you at? Why are you moving?
Because.
Went into that sales floor room, and she did all of the haggling on this car and on our trade-in. And I wouldn't have gotten this car if it wasn't for her. She talked me into it. She pointed out all the reasons I had to have it. And she worked the deals with the sales floor people on this one, because I was at the point, it was the end of the day. It was the last day of the month. We've been looking at cars. I'm like, just give me the base model, or give me this is a 2014. I was like, give me the 2011 GTI. Just give me a car. And she's like, no, we're getting that one. We're getting that. The main reason she didn't want the GTI is because when we looked at it, it had the plaid.
I cannot stand the plaid that Volkswagen uses. I don't know why. It's just the most hideous thing I've ever seen.
I like it.
It's hideous.
I don't have a problem with it. It's not that I like it. I wouldn't go out of my way and put that in my car.
No, it's so hideous that no one should have to be subjected to that. I just cannot get over how gross it is. It's terrible.
So, fellow Volkswagen owners, especially GTI guys, I am so sorry. But she was the one doing all the wheeling and dealing, and she's the one that talked me into this. So she spoke. She laid down the law. And I love this car. I'm so glad we got this car. But I'm going to do a little bit of drive around. I'm going to roll back down with the windows down through the parking lot, and I'll do the full specs on everything in the car, and then I'll throw in some B-reel of what I got. But I'm going to do a couple pictures real quick with my tripod that's down, and then we'll pick it back up. All right, hold on. Zoom. No, zoomed in too much. There we go. All right, so I just realized that all of that was done like in the wrong mode, so it might be blurry. Audio might be garbage. I don't care though, because I'm not shooting it all again. So if you see a blurry video, it's gonna have like a sorry at the bottom. But we're gonna get out of here because there's like a furry convention going on in the parking garage. Like, we accidentally stumbled into a rooftop furry convention. I'm hoping that works. Yeah, it's just.
We're all dressing up, doing some creepy stuff.
There's some stuff going on in this parking garage that we just kind of stumbled on. Hey, yeah, no judgment. We're not here to shame or do anything. It's just not what I expected. When I looked up, I was like, oh, it's on the wrong setting. And there's a furry convention going on behind me. I'm like, whoa, my bad, guys. I didn't mean to interrupt. Y'all do yourself. Do what you got to do. This car, because this car is my daily driver. That's what it's for. That's basically, I have to use this for point A to point B every day. And as much as I would love to performance mod the absolute crap out of it, I can't get it to a point where if something were to happen, I still have to be able to get to work. But that's why the only mods that I've done to the car, performance-wise, I have a fully customized exhaust that I got from Smitty's in Middleburg, Florida. Great guy. If you need exhaust, you're in the area, hit Smitty's up. I'm using the Engine Stage 2 intake. And the reason I went with Engine is because when I say that I'm old, I mean I'm old. Like, I haven't been in the car scene in a very long time, which maybe why I get a lot of heat, why a lot of the ricey stuff isn't really ricey to me, because back when I started with cars, the import scene was the thing, and Engine was one of the names that I knew. They're one of the names that I've used in the past. I trust them. They make an application for this car, for this motor, the EA888 3rd Gen 2.0 turbo. It's designed for this motor. It has the part where, like, the new speed requires a secondary filter. This one has the diverter for that. It all connects. Everything hooks up like it's supposed to. It was made, it was designed, it perfectly fits in this engine. I went with the stage 2, which goes from the turbo all the way to the filter instead of just being the front pipe. It is the full both parts, because eventually I do want to go stage 2 once I don't have as much worry about this being my daily driver, and I can start to look into autocross and start to look into lower subframes, sway bars, things like that. When I don't need it to move my kids around, then I'll start looking. But until that time comes, this is my daily driver. It will be used point A to point B, car shows, car meets, and rally events. That's what I'm using. I do eventually want to get a project car, but that's like mid-term goals, not short-term, not long-term. It's right in the middle is where that's going to end up. Hopefully. You mean mugging. She doesn't want me to.
I just want some wine.
But that's my car. That is my 2014 Volkswagen GLI. That's Gilly. That's my baby girl. Hey, girl. That's probably going to look really bad because you can see my crotch all up in there, so I'm not going to add that. Anyway, more videos coming. Stay dorky.